What is happening, brothers? Welcome back to Getting Swole. Got episode 11 here for you. I am your host, Ken Tunison, and this was a glorious shoulders and triceps day. All right, I have a few new faces that came to the party in this one. Okay, you guys know me. I usually do about 5 movements total for every workout, and in this one, I actually added 2, and those are the seated shoulder pin press and the close grip bench press. Now, before I get into those two, okay, because I do have a pretty lengthy discussion, on both of them, let's just talk about some simple rope pushdowns here. Some guys say that I don't do these correctly, okay? They say I'm putting all the stress on my shoulders, okay? But I disagree, okay? You cannot always have super strict form, especially on something like a rope pushdown. Okay, there's a time and place. If you want to have strict form, that's cool. Okay, I've done my time by doing strict form. I was doing it for years, never saw growth after I hit a plateau, and that's even adding weight. Okay, because you can only add so much weight on a pulley machine when you have a weight stack. Okay, you need to add not only a little more movement when you're doing this, but a little more explosiveness. I found that being explosive with this really helps, at least for me, okay? So if you're not really feeling any growth with these, try it out, okay? But I did go up in weight on these, okay? I did 75 pounds last week. That was like the max weight that I hit. Went up to 80 pounds for this one. Got 8 reps. Ended with 2 partials on set number 1. Then for the second set, went back down to 75 pounds and got 9 reps with 2 partials at the end. Don't really need to say anything else about that. Rope pushdowns are very simple, okay? Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, okay? As long as you're challenging yourself and really trying to move some weight, there's really nothing else to say here. Now on to the meat of this video. Okay, I know these pin press dead bench sets take forever because of the 20-second, 30-second breaks I have to take between every single rep. But here I am doing a seated shoulder pin press with 175 on the bar right here. Did that for 5. And the reason I'm not doing this standing, I would have liked to do it standing, but I can't. I don't have the equipment to do that. Okay, this power rack that I have is very low budget, very budget friendly. Okay, I bought this when I was in college. It was like $350 and it hasn't broken yet. I actually really like this thing. It's very high quality and it was only, again, $350. You can't beat that. And I think it's made by Rep or something. But the pull-up bar on this rack at the top pretty much limits me from doing any type of overhead press movement inside the rack. And I also don't have those fancy safety pins that stick out on this thing. I don't even think they make them for this type of rack. I feel like I'd have to buy one of those racks that is much more beefier looking, much more modern, because this thing is pretty old. Okay. But who cares? I was able to do this seated. Okay. And just by doing it seated, I realize how much stronger I am when I'm sitting down doing shoulders. I've always been way stronger at seated shoulder presses, dumbbell and barbell, than barbell. And that's just because I used to do them a hell of a lot more. All right, it's pretty much ingrained into my muscles, into my mind, that this is a little easier. All right, never really took barbell presses seriously. And I'm suffering for it now. Not actually, but it is my weakest lift by far. Set 2, 155 here. Also did that for 5. And this felt very good. This is going to be something that I'm going to add, or at least continually add into my shoulders and triceps day. Doing the pin presses, also known as the dead bench, really helped me for my flat bench. I already skyrocketed my max by like 20 plus pounds in a time span of 3 weeks. So why would I not add it for shoulders, right? Barbell press is something that I've been struggling on. So why would I not do it? You know? And you can kind of play around with the pin presses for bench press and for shoulder press. You can actually figure out your weak point, also known as your sticking point. For me, it's always off the chest. Even with barbell press, it's always off the chest. When I get to that lowest part, I just kind of lose it when I start to tire out. You can actually find your weak spot, and then you can set up the safety pins at whatever adjustment that is, right? So let's say on bench press you have trouble locking out. You're not getting stuck right off the chest. You're getting up off the chest, but then you struggle with the lockout. You can set them higher and work on lockout. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. This is just the height that I struggle with, like I said, off the chest for barbell press and bench press. But moving on, we have a set of standing barbell press here. Just did 135. I felt like I was going to be a little tired from the seated shoulder pin presses. So I went down 10 pounds from what I did last week. And I got this for 8. The weight was moving. All right, you guys can see right here. Just picked it up, started throwing it around. Okay, and as always, on the last rep, my freaking lower back felt like it was about to freaking burst open. All right, I don't know if you guys get these same feelings that I get when I do standing barbell press, but it's exhilarating. It really is. All right, I'm beginning to question my original beliefs on squat being one of the hardest movements. Okay, I think barbell press might have it. It really might. All right, on to the dumbbell French press. Doing 100 pounds again. That's the same way I did last week, but I added a rep here. All right, I hit a PR, and that was 9 reps. Now for set number 2, I was going to go down, which is what I have been doing, but I was looking at my notes, and this is why it's so great to take notes. I was looking at my notes, and I'm like, I have no reason to go down to 90 pounds. Okay, I just got 100 pounds for 9. Why not go for 100 pounds for at least more than 7? 7 or 8. If I get 7 or 8, it's a success. And if I can repeat 9 reps, that's just awesome, right? So I did exactly that, right? I repeated it. You guys can see right here, 100-pound dumbbell. And I ended up getting 8. So big success there. And the weight is just moving on this movement. I was actually going to can this movement for this workout because I wanted to add in the close grip bench press. And I didn't want to be in the gym for that long, but I'm crazy. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do both of them. Why not? The more, the merrier. And now on to the dumbbell upright row. This is not a lateral raise. Okay, you guys might be thinking, he's just cheating doing a lateral raise. That is not what I'm doing, okay? I'm doing an upright row. And most guys use the barbell, but my wrists feel very, very uncomfortable when I do it with a barbell. So I use dumbbells. Went up 5 pounds doing 70s right here for 8 reps, okay? That's a new weight, and I will continue to do that next week, try to get 9. Finish with 2 partials there. Set number 2 went down to 65 pounds and got that for 10. Okay. You guys might be questioning the whole logic behind this. And I just like throwing weight around on this movement. Okay. I've seen results doing it. I've done the slow and controlled, 15, 20 pound dumbbells going up, and it doesn't work for me. All right. And it's just not fun. Okay. I am a big believer in making lifting fun again. Okay, what's with all this boring stuff that people are always doing? It's just boring, right? Like, pick up heavy weight, challenge yourself. It's just going to make your mindset bulletproof. And now on to the highlight of this workout. This was absolutely the highlight. Okay, close grip bench press here. And I used to not be very strong at this. But I was throwing on the weight for warm-ups, and the weight was moving. So, of course, I settled on lucky number 245 pounds. And I said, you know what? Let's just rep this out. Ended up getting 7. All right. And this is coming from a guy who, when I previously did this movement, never did above 185. All right. Threw a 45 and a 25 on each side back then, and would do that for like 7, 8 reps or whatever. Maybe 10. Maybe. That's a stretch though. But final movement here, barbell skull crushers. All right. I was looking through the notes, and last week pretty much annihilated 100 pounds on this. So I decided to go up to 105, which is a new weight, and I got 9. All right. So this is another one, getting very strong at this, and it's really no surprise why my bench is going up so quickly. You know, I'm doing the work that is required, okay, the assisted bench movements. I'm doing overhead press, and I'm doing a lot of tricep work. And not just a lot of volume, but a lot of heavy grinding sets, okay? And I only hit triceps once a week. Yeah, I hit it a little bit when I do the bench assisting workouts throughout the week. So maybe you can argue and say that I'm doing it 3 times a week, but really just one day of focusing on triceps, you know? And boy, oh boy, are they getting super strong, okay? Very excited about it because I do think this will lead to my arms getting bigger, maybe just a little bit. I'm not really worried about that right now though. I already have 17 plus inch arms cold. So, and this is coming from a natural guy, lifetime natural, that's only been training for 6 years. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. All right. Next one is going to be a blast. All right. I just finished filming it yesterday and got some crazy bench PRs. Very excited to show you guys. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Back is looking phenomenal here. All right. If you guys loved this episode, please like, comment, subscribe. All right. Thanks again for watching. See you guys in the next one.